So we finally got news about the new Need for Speed update. And I hate to disappoint you guys, but it's complete clickbait. What is up guys, welcome to the video, and today we're here to go ahead and talk about what is in the January update for Need for Speed Heat. And I hate to disappoint you guys, but all we're getting in the January update, well, it's a chat wheel, steering wheel support, and an in-game store. So hope you guys enjoyed. Stay safe and peace. That wasn't a joke. That wasn't a joke. I should probably put a little asterisk next to it and just put like plus bug fixes. That is it. That's literally it. A chat wheel which actually featured in Payback. It was just an emoji wheel, so all they had to do was change some PNG files over. Wheel support, which was actually in Need for Speed 2015. I'm not sure if you guys knew that already. And an in-game store, which was in Payback. So actually nothing new. This is just a patch. They're just patching stuff back in that they forgot to put in the game at launch in January. It's not even a January update. It's on the 28th of January, a few days before February. So it's practically a February update. Now, to put this in perspective, I did a little bit of research before I started today's video. At this point in Forza Horizon 4's life cycle, we had received so many bug fixes. It's stupid. It wasn't like a little things. There was so many bug fixes, it was stupid. But as well as that, actual new features, we got around, give or take, 15 paid and free cars, new paint types, new different paint types, improved Horizon Life features, new and improved photo mode, which actually was really good. They added like tracking and panning. They added Fortune Island. Fortune Island, their first expansion, was already in the game, as well as a route curator, which could be used on the main island and on Fortune Island. That's Forza Horizon 4, 3 months into its life cycle. We are now here with Need for Speed Heat. Since launch, they added Joe's pole start, steering wheel support, and a chat wheel. I just want to say, by the way, everything they've added, other than the pole star, obviously, was in Horizon 4 at launch, being the chat wheels, you know, steering wheel support. That was all in Horizon 4 at launch. So clearly, compared to its closest rival being Forza, behind the curve doesn't even begin. That's only Horizon 4. Wait till you hear what Need for Speed 2015 had at this point in its life cycle. So at this point during Need for Speed 2015's life cycle, we had received an increased rep cap from 50 to 60, a new color picker in the wrap editor, more preset wraps, a bunch of bug fixes, of course, updated multiplayer UI, improved checkpoints, Eddie's challenge, Eddie's Skyline with new wraps, another increase to the level cap in the Legends update up to 70, new trophies and achievements, 113 new customization parts for select cars, a selection of new music tracks that were basically from previous games like I Am Rock's instrumental, which I couldn't find anywhere online for this video, by the way, more preset wraps from Most Wanted, Underground, and Pro Street, the ability to mute phone calls, rap sharing, Snapshot Pro. Like, the list, honestly, I'm looking through 130 more parts on top of the ones I just mentioned in the showcase update. It goes on and on and on. And what do we have in Heat? Even in Payback at this point, I'm pretty sure, I haven't researched this, but I'm pretty sure off the top of my head, we had received the Speedcross update, and we also knew that online free roam was coming because they announced that at New Year's. So whether it was in the game or not, I'm not completely sure. I didn't search that up. But my point is, Need for Speed Heat, the lack of content isn't even the word. This is a joke. I can't believe it. And honestly, it breaks my heart because this is the best game Ghost have made. It's still a mediocre game at best, but it doesn't feel like there's anywhere near the amount of heart, or like, it doesn't feel like they have anything to prove. It feels like they got the good review scores and now they've just pissed off. It's like they're trying their utmost to piss the fans off. Like, I don't know whether it's just me who feels this way, but I feel like I genuinely, it's hard to be a fan of this franchise. It's draining to be a fan of this franchise. I'm done now with giving Ghost the benefit of the doubt. Like, I'm done with that. Like, they don't deserve it anymore. Like, and I that might sound a little bit passive aggressive. I don't mean it to sound that way. And I'm done giving them the excuse that, you know, there was a small studio and it's hard. No, I don't believe it anymore. There's no reason why now in February, where this game is lacking PvP, It's lacking Endgame. It's lacking customization parts when over 200 at this point in Need for Speed 2015's life cycle were in the game. There's no reason, you know, why. There's no level cap. All of these things, I'm not giving Ghost the benefit of the doubt anymore. They don't deserve it. If you're defending Ghost for not adding anything to their game, a AAA game, may I remind you, this isn't an indie game. This isn't, you know, this is backed by EA. Like, this is a AAA title. Like, there's no reason why they are adding an in-game store before they are making the level cap unlimited. Now, I'm no developer, but I am pretty sure that can't be that hard. And when a game is left in the state it's in, it gives you time to reflect on what's actually in the game. And for me, I find it really hard to not go on Need for Speed Heat and just get annoyed. This game was supposed to be a love letter to Need for Speed 2015, which in itself was a game about urban car culture, police, urban gritty, like real to life, street life culture. And you're not going to really understand what any of that means if you don't follow it and you're not part of the culture. Like, I drive cars in real life. If they were trying to appeal to anyone, I am their target demographic. I go out on the weekends with my friends, I go out partying, but I also like cars, and I like tuning cars and customizing cars. That's half the reason why I play Forza, is because I like tuning cars, I like customizing cars. I grew up with the series, Need for Speed Underground, Most Wanted, Hot Pursuit 2. You know, I am the person they need to be, like, targeting for this game. Yeah, I'm sitting here saying this isn't good enough. They opted for off-road racing, 5 off-road races which take 20 minutes to complete in the off-road campaign. Off-road isn't actually in nighttime, by the way, at all. You know, they opted for that over drag racing. Now, think about how many areas of the development team that affects. The off-roading, that affects the physics guys, because they have to do physics for the game. That affects the vehicle artists, because they have to make customization parts. It affects the world builders, because they have to make a world that is useful for off-road. But for what reason? No one plays off-road, because there's 5 races, and then the custom, like, it doesn't make any sense to me. All that time and resources could have been dedicated to making the on-road racing perfect. Imagine if the world team didn't have to worry about off-road, so instead they could fix these clipping issues which have been plaguing the game since Need for Speed 2015. Tell me I'm not making any sense here. Like, tell me honestly, if I'm not making any sense, please vibe check me in the comments down below, because I just genuinely don't get it. How are we now it's almost going to be February when this update comes out. It's going to be January 28th when this update comes out. That's next Tuesday, I believe. I might be wrong, that's just off the top of my head. So it's basically a February update. How are we going into February, and when I try to shift up on a controller, I still have binding problems because RB is both bribe cops and upshift. I don't get it. That's how I see things at the moment. The longer I leave it now, the more scared I'm starting to get for Ghost as a studio. I'm not sure there's anything going wrong behind the scenes, but I'm starting to think there is, because this isn't what a AAA game developer should be doing right now. This is stupid. Towards the end of the article, they did kind of hint towards cars and stuff, and that's cool and all. Like, we all know the S14's coming. I think the Eclipse was leaked as well, but cars isn't what this game needs. And if it was, you know, if cars are coming, why aren't they coming now? It's gonna be too little too late when you add the cars. Like, I don't understand what's going on here. Furthermore, like I said a minute ago, cars isn't what this game needs. This game needs Endgame. It needs things to do in the actual game itself. It needs unlimited level cap. It needs PvP. It needs free burn challenges. It needs almost everything other than the car. A serviceable game can be great in the future. The Crew 1 is a prime example of that. I talked about this previously on the channel. But whatever they're doing with Need for Speed Heat, it's clear they're just leaving it here to die. I don't know, man. From my perspective, it's draining. I'm not gonna give Ghost the benefit of the doubt anymore. It's getting to the point now where I'm just getting fatigued of the franchise, essentially. As much as I didn't like Most Wanted 2012, because it personally doesn't remind me of what Most Wanted is, that game didn't have any bugs. It was a full game on launch. It had speed burn. It had speed list. It had all these things. It had lots of things missing, like progression and customization, but it wasn't a broken game on launch. I can't run Need for Speed Heat on my computer at 1080p max settings, but I can run Forza Horizon 4 at 4K 30 and Need for Speed 2015 at 1080p max settings, and get this, at 170 frames per second. I don't know. I genuinely don't know where their time is going, what direction they're trying to take. I personally think there's a problem at the studio now. Whether it's EA, whether it's Ghost, I don't know. But I'm now starting to think there's a problem with people, the studio. I think there's a problem at Ghost because this isn't on, and you need to, like, we have a reason to be pissed now. Previously, in previous games, we need to 2015, for example, like, when people were moaning for the 350, when people were moaning about neons, I think that was unjust. I didn't really get it. You know, with Payback, I could understand why people were annoyed about online free roam. I get it. Like, it completely made sense to me. Now, you know, 3 games on, we have every right to be annoyed. That doesn't mean to be toxic and just shout at the developers, because that doesn't get anything solved. Be constructive. But you have a reason to be annoyed now. Like, I feel like every single game, and every single time a Need for Speed game comes out, there's always a catch. And this time's no different. And I'm getting drained of the series now. There's a reason why I've gone back to world videos and stuff, like, and I'm not playing the main games, because there's nothing to do in it. And this update isn't going to change anything. I will actually try the wheel support. I'll see if it's any good. But other than that, I'm starting to get done with Need for Speed Heat, and it's so shit for me to say that. That's been it from me today. Again, full patch notes are down in the description. Hopefully that we can hear something soon, and they don't leave it till the end of Feb to hear about the next upcoming update, and let's hope it's a big one. I'm not got my hopes up. I'm starting to lose hope in Ghost now. But that's been it from me today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Stay safe and peace.